Real Cast Fishing. See your host Glenn with the City of Allen Fishing Field Team, COAF Field Team on YouTube. And today we're going to fish Lake Glen. It's a private location where yours truly has permission to fish here because, well, they named it after me, Lake Glen. Anyhow, I'm bringing out the BFS gear. This is that inline spinner that I made the other day. Comes in at 1.8 grams, and well, it's 100-degree temperature right now, so I don't know how long I'm gonna last out here, but bear with me. Been itching to try out the gear here, and I'm hoping that may get a good opportunity to catch a fish or two. Just make some adjustments with the stream here. Okay, and the gear that I'm going to be using this round, back to the Flight Feather Ultralight Baitcaster, and this time I'm going with this Daiwa mini cast that I picked up years ago, and back to that inline spinner, but this time it weighs 1.8, I think 84 grams. There's some nice bass and whatnot here, so let's see what turns up. Let's get a little cast in here and see if we can get something to hit. So I'll just start out with a nice slow retrieve, kind of working it. Feel the vibration, I can see the lure, and I'm just going fast enough to keep the blade spinning. All right, and again, fairly good sized lake or pond, if you want to call it that. I've had good success here over the years, and hopefully might be able to get a fish or two this round. All right, it is pretty hot out here, so you'll have to bear with me. And then also, I'll do a little bit more talking than normal, mainly because I'm going to repost this with an audio version as well as an edited version, video version, cutting out all the slow stuff. Meaning no action. I'll edit that out and get you to the action shots. I think I just posted some other ones from some recent happenings, but this is working out good. I see a little bluegill right kind of tailing behind this one. I did take out a underwater camera out here, threw some bait on it, and got a good idea what was on the bottom with a bunch of these little fingerling bass and whatnot. Oh, we got some folks on the chat. Let's see, waiting for FBI. Cool. All right, so yeah, we're trying out this. It's basically like it's a private one, and over the course of the few years here, I've gotten some pretty nice bass out of it. But lately, the bite's been kind of slow, and I'm not sure what it's going to be like right now with all this temperature right now. It's I believe it's 102 earlier. I think it's starting to cool down. I think maybe at the 100 now. So there is a fair amount of traffic coming in or on the other side over here by the highway. So you get a lot of that road noise and whatnot. But I'm hoping that I'll be able to talk loud enough that you can get an idea of what I'm doing. All right. And 2-pound test line, yep. I'm going back with 2-pound test. Let's see, what's up from fella? What should I use? Lag and jump in. Okay. I'm not sure what all that means. Anyhow, let's go ahead and keep casting. I'm gonna start working further out, and basically I'm gonna do around the pond here, the lake, and let's just see what we're able to scare up using this inline spinner. So far I've seen several smaller sized bluegill, kind of hoping to get a bass or two. And I do know there's some nice sized bluegill in the mix. Oh, there's a hit. Ah, that was a hit. I think it was a little guy. All right, let me just slow it down. Water's pretty clear. There is a bunch of greenery down below. Looks like that hydrilla and whatnot. But let's keep fishing it. Okay, cast it back out. I'm gonna go with that slower retrieve just to let it sink a little bit. get it down in the water column, and maybe I might get one of these guys to strike. All right, come on, Ghost Rider. Let's see what we got. Okay. All right, nope, nothing chasing that one. I'm using that Tackle Bait Finesse or 2-inch Bass Assassin. That one did well the other day, so we'll see. Do I have polarized glasses on? Not today. Left them in the car. Mainly just wanted to get out here and see if I can get a bite or two. Okay. Again, I usually get better bites in the morning or later in the evening, but at this point, I got an opportunity to fish, so I'm gonna go for it. Okay. A lot of greenery around here. On the other side, there's some good pockets, especially when they're spawning earlier in the year. You'll definitely see them on their beds. But right now, we're just blind casting, working our way along the shoreline. And let's see if we can get something to strike. Okay, I can see my lure. Nothing yet. Let's see. Yeah, I did get several of the edited videos from the earlier live streams out. I think there's one more left, the pond fly fishing one, that's got some good information there that you might glean from. Okay, I'm gonna work the bank a little bit faster, just mainly because I can pretty much see right here that there's nothing hanging out. Maybe I need to cast out further. We'll see. All right. And then there's also some nice size bluegill in here that will tend to strike. And I'm using 2-pound test mono, and it's an Ultralight Baitcaster 1.8 gram DIY inline spinner. The other one that I used the other day had a worm sinker for the body that allowed it to sink faster. But at this point, I wanted to go lighter, so I took that sinker off. Okay, let's work our way over. This water looks beautiful. Oh yeah, this time of year, it's cleared up some, and we've got several good rains that happened, so the water's really nice. We just got to get the bass to strike now. Okay, I can see my lure. Don't see anything chasing it. And what I normally, at least a couple of years ago, you'd normally see a number of fish out here chasing stuff. So, kind of weird. Haven't gotten any bites yet, but hey, that's fishing. Okay. See, and guys have any comments, questions related to fishing, I'll definitely try answering them. Other than that, I'll just keep working the shoreline here and explaining what I'm doing, as I have a simulcast audio podcast of this that I'll be posting. All right, and so here I am. It's a local private lake called Lake Glen, named after yours truly. And then it, oh, there's a hit. Oh, man. And where I have my day job, we'll typically host some picnics and whatnot, where we'll do a little fishing derby with the other co-workers of mine. This season, didn't get as many fish as we normally have. Did get some nice sized bass, but not near the numbers that we've had in the past. But hey, I'm going to rack it up too. It's been pretty hot lately. All right, you go ahead and just kind of let it sink a little bit. There's the hit. He picked it up. He's picking it up. Okay. Shoot. Look like he picked it up. Okay, let's go and try this again. All right. That one I'm gonna let it sink a little, okay? And just kind of bring it in slow. And I'm hoping that maybe the bass are lurking a little bit deeper in the water column, because of course it's 100 degrees right now, and there is not a bunch of shade in this particular pond. Okay. All right. Let's just work our way some more. And got to at least catch one, if not more than one. Let's see what we can do. Okay. Going with a slow, steady retrieve, slow retrieve. 1.8 gram inline spinner, do-it-yourself one that I made. Easy components. Takes me less than a minute to put one of these together. And let's see. I kind of like using that Panther Martin blade. Less components needed to put a rig together. I forego the clevis that you'd use for a standard willow blade or Colorado blade. Instead, I can just put this directly on the shaft and let it do its thing. All right, I'm gonna slow it down again, see if I can get them to hit. Okay, had a couple of strikes so far, but nothing solid. I see a little bluegill chasing it. A bunch of little blue. Let's skip that. Looks like someone was over here fishing, and it looks like they left their mess. This is a private pond, so do make sure before you fish it to get permission. There's a hit. He's tailing behind it. It's like he was mouthing it and running with it. Very sensitive with this 2-pound test line, and kind of feeling the strikes. But let's see if we can get something on here. Steady retrieve, kind of going slow, and it's pretty hot right now. I got my Stetson cowboy hat on. It's the one that I like using when I go kayak fishing. And what's nice is it equates to 50 SPF, so I don't get sunburned in the head. And I see some fish kind of trailing behind it. They look like those little bluegill again. I'm gonna slow the retrieve down. Oh, there's a take. Yeah, another little one. I do like this Bass Assassin. It does a very nice motion, very, very, very enticing. I think that if there was a fish here, they'd be just jumping all over it right now, the way it moves. Okay, we'll just work it slowly again. I'm slowing down the retrieve. Okay, more little guys. Well, I guess that's good news that there are a fair number of bluegill in here. Smaller size ones, but I do know and have caught and released several good size ones over the course of this year. Okay, something tapped it. Water's really clear though. All right. Let's see if we get something. I did catch a nice size one year out here using it was a crankbait, a Japanese import that pink and smaller size. That's about that big, 2-inch or whatnot. And yeah, it had a nice, really nice, cool action that apparently the bass liked. At least the bigger bass liked it. So let's see what this inline spinner will do. Okay. And again, I'm just kind of working the bank here, working the pond. Okay. All right, let's try over here. There's some greenery here. Maybe we got something kind of lurking over there. Okay. I do know that there are several nice bluegill along that section over there, and hopefully I'll run into them as well, as consolation to catching something here, because I'm due for one. There's got to be something here. Okay. And I do like this white color. It's got a pearlescent look to it, and you can definitely see it in the water. If I had my polarized glasses on, I definitely would be seeing it, but even without it in this clear water, I'm still able to get a good handle or a good eye on this little lure. And I'm hoping that maybe the bass will do so also. All right, let's go on this one deal here and see what we can do. Some greenery over here that may clobber the lure. We'll just kind of work it in. See if we can get them to hit. Now, let me get it out. Oh, shoot, a lot of junk in the trunk here. All right, let's go back over here. Okay, let's see what's lurking over here. I'm gonna slow the retrieve down. See if I can get them to strike. Okay, let's get it out of there. Do another cast. Okay, this ultralight bait casting, been really happy with this flight feather kingfisher. There's some quirks about it, but bottom line, I can catch or cast those 1 gram trout that I like using for trout during the trout stocking season. Okay, let's just kind of work our way over. All right, definitely hot. All right, we started over there in that corner, and we're just going to work our way all the way around and see what happens. Again, I'm fishing the heat of the day, 100-degree temps, so hoping the fish may at least cooperate. Maybe there's one that's hungry. Okay. All right, let's try this again, out this way. All right. And then I ended up re-spooling the, oh wait, I got some some slight loose wraps here. I'm gonna go ahead and cast it out and clear it out real quick. A lot of times when you're fishing these things, you gotta be careful. Every once in a while, just cast it out and get the backlash and what. Ah, wow, I just broke off. Must have had a cut there. Well, technical difficulties here. I'm gonna have to go and re-tie another line here, or another lure. I only brought a few, so bear with me. Did not expect that. It looks like it got cut. I may have had some abrasion on there that may have contributed to it, because this 2-pound test line is definitely one that you got to be careful of when you are fishing. And let me just get it retied. I may have to switch over to just a straight DIY inline spinner. That one's a little bit heavier. I think it's more like a 1/16 ounce lure, and I don't think I have the Bass Assassin attached to it. So it's just going to be the straight lure. No grub, no trailing anything. So let's go and knock that out real quick and get us back into business. And if you're not able to stay for the entire live stream, I will repost this depending on how many I catch, a edited version, and hopefully that might get you, or that'll at least get you to see what actually occurred. And I'll take out all the slow stuff, the slow action, to include this piece right here where I'm having to retie another lure. I guess it's a good thing that it broke off now. Hate to have that happen when a bass is on. So here's the stuff I'm going to use, and in here is another inline spinner. This one is, let's see, one that uses a treble hook. Oh, actually no, I've still got the other one that I made that has the little worm on it. Okay, so we'll continue fishing with the one that doesn't have the sinker on it, or the body on it, and basically it'll be coming in at 1.8 grams. So this is the one that I do it DIY inline spinner, just your traditional one, and then here's one where I'm going to use that Bass Assassin. So hey, I got one more lure just in case I lose this one. So, yeah, I went light. I think I have a few more lures in the pickup truck, but other than that, I only took a few lures with me, just because, hey, this is just a quick trip, impromptu deal, taking the opportunity to do a little fishing after the day job. Okay, and again, this is a private lake. I do have permission to fish here, and over the course of, I'd say, about 3-4 years, I've caught a fair amount of fish out of here. Just recently, not as much, and it may be maybe because it's been fished out, because some people have been fishing here that don't have permission, and then other case, well, maybe it's just plain hot. All right, rigged up again. Let's go ahead and try it. Okay. All right, let's see. I think some folks are adding stuff to the chat. Your hat in the shadow, it's drip. I see your hat in the shadow, it's drip. Okay. All right. Oh yeah, it's basically a mesh Stetson cowboy hat. And it's the same one that you'll see me use when I go kayak fishing. That mesh makes it breathable. On top of it, I like that it has a lanyard or I guess strap that you can wear around your neck so you don't lose it in case the wind kicks up. And this is one that I'll take to the coast when we do another trip to the Texas coast for fishing some of the piers over there in Galveston, Texas. So stay tuned to that. We try doing that every year. And this year, we're going to be doing that in August and give you a good rundown as to what we're doing there. Not sure we're going to be able to do any live streaming, but I'll definitely get some video out there while we're out. And right now, I'm striking out. It's pretty hot though. All right, let's just work our way around this side now. I tend to do better along that concrete wall, but again, that's normally in the morning. Even afternoon like this, it's pretty much hit or miss. But I pretty much just fish it when I can, and today I can. All right. And the gear again I'm using is a Flight Feather Kingfisher ultralight bait caster. I've got it on an old Daiwa mini cast rod. It's the one that it's actually comes in a kit, breaks down to 4 pieces, and it has a closed face reel that it comes with, but I took that off and I use this one or other similar reels. Doesn't have the same action as the handing ultralight, but it does allow me to handle these 1/16 ounce lures no problem. And see, let me read off how big it is. Let's see, it is a right there, it says 2 to 4 pound test, takes 1/16 ounce to 1/4 ounce lures, and it's 5 foot in length. All right, and I've had this for many years. I just kind of put it away and take it out whenever. Okay, what else? Let's just make sure I'm answering the mail. For me, it's 6:48. Okay, what harness do you use for your phone? Let's see, I just posted some information, or I think you'll see more information on it here, I think in the next day or so, but I'm using a Tellison harness, neck harness. It goes around my neck. And then I use a lav mic. Lav mic is key because you need to have some good audio, and this helps at least cut down on the wind noise as well as some of the background noise. Other than that, that's pretty much, I keep it. And then I do use a phone holder that screws in place versus to secure your phone instead of the one that's spring-loaded. I like the screw mechanism because I feel I have a more secure connection, or at least fit to the phone, versus the spring-loaded one. I've been pretty happy with it, and I think I said that in the previous live stream. I've used the GoPro Hero 8, Hero 5, doing some live streaming with the Hero 8 with the wireless function that goes to the phone, but oh, there's a hit. Unfortunately, it doesn't support a vertical format, and what I'm noticing is that vertical format, you get much more engagement when you're out here live streaming. So I'll do a landscape live stream, and I'll get maybe onesie twosies, if not maybe 10 people on. I go to this over the course of the live stream, I could get hundreds. So I think maybe that's how the algorithm works. But bottom line, you do what's working. And in this case, a simple setup that goes around your neck, hold your phone securely, and getting your lav mic to stay connected does help. I'm hoping that you're not hearing too much of the wind noise or that fountain noise in the background. There's a lot of road noise too, though. How do you cast that pole? I tend to side cast more than overhead, especially with bait finesse style ultralight gear. I tend to have a better control of the line and release versus overhead. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Just your finger or your thumb, getting it educated for that particular situation. Because if I shift to another lure that's lighter, I have to make a few adjustments. But other than that, once you have it dialed in, you can pretty much just cast away. Let's see. And then I think someone asked in another one was what gear I was using for some of my fishing reels. I think first one was a Cascade Zephyr BFS reel before they came out with the reel clicker version, and that one I coupled with Bass Pro Shop's Microlight fiberglass rod. It's a yellow one, and that one handled well. And then after that, they came out with the reel clicker version, so I went ahead and got one of those. It's a few dollars more compared to the non-reel clicker. And then the other one I use is a Shimano Scorpion BFS. It's the BFS XG Scorpion 17, and that's gone down in price. And I've been pretty happy with that one. One, it definitely can cast a 1/6 ounce rooster tail, no problem. And two, it's got the sealed bearing, so I can take it to the coast and fish it in salt water, and with a good rinse, not worry too much about it getting beat up by that salt water. Oh, there's a hit. He tapped it. These guys are at least being active, even though it's hot. 100-degree temps. So, and well, I just don't feel like commuting back to the city of Allen. I'm about an hour away. So I kind of figured, hey, let's go do some fishing and see what's lurking here in the pond or the lake before we actually have to make that drive home. All right. I've caught some bass in here in the past. Right now I don't see anything lurking there, but I'll go ahead and cast. What I like doing here is I'll kind of slow roll or slow reel. There's the hit. All right. Parallel, and that's what happens. I'll get one taking. All right, here he is. All right. Not a bruiser, but hey, he counts. Feels really good on this ultralight gear. Makes it feel a lot bigger than they are. But I have caught some nice size ones on the ultralight gear. But hey, we didn't strike out. First fish of the day. Gonna be a bass. Nice. Okay, and that one, I'm just you know, I remember what I've done in the past and what's worked, and what I've noticed is when I fish this particular location where that concrete, where this culvert goes in the water, it kind of lays into the lake itself and extends out, and there seems to be some kind of depression here where the fish tend, and you can cast along its side as well as parallel to it, and a lot of times you'll get them kind of lurking there. Other times you'll get them lurking right in the little culvert themselves. But right now I'm gonna try seeing how the fountain's coming in on me. Let's go ahead and try this. Oh yeah, that fountain. Oh, wait a minute. I wonder what's in here. Let's go try underneath here. I don't know if I can get a decent cast, but let's see what's lurking down below. Maybe I could see my lure. Nope, I don't see anything chasing it. Oh man, I'm getting some water fountain spray. Let me kind of move off a little bit. All right. Okay, and again, this is a private pond that I'm able to fish. Always check and get permission before you fish an area. Well, they did name this lake. You'll see a sign over there and giving you a warning that it's private and it's got cameras and whatnot in the area. But on top of it, you'll see a sign that says Lake Glen. And yeah, pretty cool getting a lake named after you. Anyhow, it's fun stuff. And like I was saying, I fished out here with my co-workers. We've held some picnics, fishing derbies and whatnot. And this past fishing derby, 14, 16-inch size bass, as well as some bruiser bluegill, but not near as the numbers that we've caught in the past. There were a lot more about 2-3 years ago. So I'm kind of wondering if maybe some folks have not been catching and releasing, but been catching and keeping. All right, this water spray or fountain spray is getting to me. Let's move down a little bit. All right, let's see. What are the advantages of the kind of reel compared to regular spinning reel? I don't know. I've heard all kinds. Me personally, I like having that drag and that controllability, better control when I'm casting. Like I can feather it, stop it, and I get a little bit more accurate casting. But that's just me. A lot of folks will just say, hey, just go with the ultralight. Oh, there's a hit. But I find that I tend to get better control with this particular setup with these ultralights. But other than that, I think it's just personal preference. Before this, I was using ultralight spinning gear, and then I was actually using some close face spin casting gear as well, being able to, oh, there's a hit. Ah, man, tapped it. Okay, so like your Zeb Code, your Shakespeare, those little spin casting ones, the micro cast, I think is what it's called, or mini cast, real small closed face lure or reel that I've used as well when I didn't get into this. And in fact, it was one of the subscribers suggested to try in this bait finesse technique, and I was like, well, wasn't sure what it was. I looked it up and years ago, and price of reels back, crazy prices, like 500. I mean, really crazy. And I was like, I'll kind of wait on that. But luckily, Cash King came out with their Zephyr reel, and that's what got me hooked. And then now you can get a good amount of good quality reels for under $100, if not at a discount, especially if it goes on sale and whatnot. But I can only talk of what I've used so far. So far, Cash King Zephyr reel, BFS, straight out the box. You should be able to cast 1/16 ounce lures, no problem. Rooster tails, MEPs, inline spinners, and whatnot. Key takeaway there is when you're first starting on one of those, putting a lot of line initially will actually may impede your casting ability because it makes the spool heavier. What I'll do is I'll just put on like 50 turns of some 6-pound test, 4-pound test, and then as my thumb gets educated, I'll go ahead and add some more, maybe up to 75 turns. Like in this one, I had 100 turns on here, but I've lost some since I broke off that line earlier. But yeah, it's been pretty good. And then other than that, I went with the reel clicker version as well as that Shimano, and all those can cast 1/16 out the box, no problem. I ended up getting this one because I follow another YouTube channel, an individual who's really into bait finesse style BFS fishing. It's like, I think he's in the East Coast, raw fishing, and he was recommending some lure, or correction, some reels, and he got me hooked. So I ended up getting that, and so yeah, off on. What I do is I'll switch over from pond fishing with this ultralight gear, switch over to some fly fishing, and then kayak fishing. I'll probably do another trip to the lake here soon in the kayak, or maybe take out the John boat I am having the itch to make that run over to the Denison Dam. It's our local tail race. That's the tail race to Lake Texoma on the border of Oklahoma and Texas. And I'm getting the itch to try getting some chance to go for some stripers there. All right. Oh shoot! There's a bunch of comments. Let me go check them out real quick and see if I can answer the mail. Yeah. All right. What rod and reel do you recommend for intermediate fishermen? I don't know. Are you talking bait finesse, ultralight? There are a couple of suggestions that I recall that someone had said try using it, but it's tough to get right now, even though it's a discount price. I would say reach out to Raw Fishing. He's got some really good advice when it comes to some setups. For me, I can just tell you what I use, and I've been happy with what I got. There is one casting Zephyr where I changed the spool or the bearings on it to give it a ability to cast lighter lures, and it went from 1/16 to, I'd say I'm able to cast 1/24 ounce now with that particular setup. But I also noticed that when I go with a normal 1/16 ounce for that thing, I can cast a mile with it no problem. All right. This one has its quirks. 2-pound test line. Be careful, especially when first starting out. The key is setting that spool tension and the brake and whatnot, so it fits the lure that you're using. So if you go up a size in the lure, you may have to make some adjustments. And I think I got a video that explains how I make those adjustments. Oh man, there's a lot of junk here. Whew. Here, let's see. I think I see some more questions or comments. Nope, I'm missing it. Tough to see. Okay. Let's try right here. Just see. I can see. Oh, there's something just hit it. I can see the bottom here, and can't quite get a good handle if there's some fish here, but it's definitely clear. I'm kind of bouncing it on the bottom right now. Yeah, okay. Really clobbered. Let's go around and get back up to the top of the road here and see if I can get some decent cast. All right, there is another creek over here that feeds in, and that one has several bass or two that I've caught, and then I did see one individual catch one. I'd probably say it went about 5 pounds. There's some bruisers in here, just maybe not right now because of this 100-degree temperature. Okay, let's see what this says. Live in Ontario, so I fish on the side of the water. Okay. Man, it depends on what you're doing. Okay. Yeah. Getting some good engagement there. Looks like you guys are trading some tips and whatnot. Sounds good. I like that. And I guess that's the point of it, you know. Let's just jump on and see what you guys know, and maybe I have something that you might know. Play by ear. And at the same time, we can do it while we're fishing. All right. Really clobbered. Shallow here. Gets shallow out here, then it gets a little bit deeper, not too much though. And then I'm kind of skipping this whole area because all that shrubbery is everywhere right now. Be clobbering the lure. And what I want to do is just kind of get where it's a little bit more open, where I don't have to fight this brush, and hopefully get a decent cast or two. Here's one area that may have a fish. I'm going to try casting. I'm going to reel it in just fast enough to keep it above the greenery. Yeah. And hopefully get a stripe that way. All right. So there's another open spot here. I'm going to try. See if maybe there's something lurking in that green stuff that wants to strike. Okay. I can see my lure going right above the greenery. It's not getting clobbered, but I'm not seeing much action either. All right. Wow. This stuff's growing like crazy. It's changed in the last week. Wasn't near as much. So I guess this stuff's growing pretty good. All right, I see an open area here. I just got to cast it out a little bit further. Oh, there's a duck. Yeah, I'm near the highway. You will get that road noise. All right, just gonna do a. Oh, no, I think that was just shrubbery. Just gonna do a slow retrieve, just keeping that blade moving. All right, now I'm back in that green stuff. Let's go cast it out again. All right. And this lure probably weighs about 1/16 ounce, and you can see I'm getting a pretty good cast with it. And bait casting, it's not bad. Let's see. I think I talked on another stream where I'd mentioned that the Flight Feather folks, they also came out with another reel that is an improvement over this one. It's the Cormorant versus the Kingfisher. A lot of folks don't like the color on the Kingfisher. The Cormorant is dark or black, and then it also has a reel clicker versus this doesn't. And then they say the brake system is a lot more responsive. This one you got to tweak, and at times you might be wondering if it's actually working correctly to get it to where you need to, so you don't get those backflashes. Oh man, there's a lot of junk here. All right, I did take out the underwater camera, the Go Fish camera, as well as Water Wolf camera, threw it out here, and got some pretty good idea that one, there are little bass, a fair number of little bass here, and then there's some bluegill in the mix here, some nice sized bluegill. Just right now, it doesn't seem like they're too active. So, but hey, it's middle of the day or later in the day, but still in the heat of the day. So maybe they just want to chill right now and stay cool. Let's do a slow retrieve. If you just joined, just one bass so far. This whole pond went around the whole thing almost, and I've only gotten one fish. I had several trailing, but I believe those were the little bluegill, not those bruisers that I've caught here before. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and real slowly get it down there. Okay. Now I did fish In-N-Out Burger, the pond behind In-N-Out Burger over there in the city of Allen, and I did have some good success when I cast out and let the lure sink, sort of like a 5, 6 count retrieve. So I'm thinking maybe I might try that here in a moment now that I'm in a more open area. Yeah, this whole area has some of this green stuff growing, and here it doesn't look so bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and cast it out. I'm gonna go ahead and do like a 1, 2 count or 6, 5 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and bring it in. All right. No, that doesn't feel like anything. And I'm hoping that maybe I just got to get it down in the water column where they may be lurking. Okay, let's go over here. I'm gonna let it sink. Keep the tension on the line. Nope. Keeping the tension so I can feel the pickup and be ready to strike. All right, so let's go ahead and let it sink. Okay, sinking. All right. Feels like I'm hanging up on some of that shrubbery down below. So, hey. Oh. We got a little help here with some water. Thanks. All right, take care. All right, yeah, so I got a little help. It is definitely hot here, so got to stay hydrated. So, yeah, you got to stay hydrated, especially since it's, well, 100 degrees right now. Let's see, copy your comment and paste it there, like, so that it's the first comment so that he can't see it. Well, I'm not sure what that means. Let's see. Yeah, I don't really remember. Okay. Okay. I'm just monitoring the chat right now, taking a break, getting some water. And I think someone had a question, but I don't see anything popping up. Okay. Yeah, I see. Yeah, I don't really remember, and I see just asking. So if you do have a question, pop it in there. Hopefully I have an answer for you, or maybe give you an idea. All right, let me go put my little water deal down and see if I can get one on the line here. What is the brand and name of your rod? The one that I'm using right now is a Daiwa, the mini cast. And there's the model number. See if I can get a better view for you. All right, it's a 5-foot rod, and it comes in 4 pieces. So the handle, this piece, that piece. Actually, it's 5 pieces. Huh, well, yeah, and it actually fits in a case that you can take, let's say, on the fly, be it traveling or whatnot. Picked it up back in the 80s, and it came with a little closed face spin casting reel that I've since retired, and I've been using these ultralight bait casters on it, just as a whim. All right, it's got a little bit stiffer action compared to that Handing ultralight. That one I probably wouldn't use a 1 gram trout magnet with this rod, because that rod also helps casting those lightweight rulers, especially the trout magnet. Okay, let's see if we can get something to strike here. I'm just kind of dragging it just above the greenery, and I'm hoping I might get one of these bass to come and hit. Grab my water here. All right, and this is where we started. Okay. Oh, I think I see another comment. Okay, from Germany, and I'm wondering where you fish and what's your PB. Okay, I'm fishing at a lake here in Arlington, Texas, and it's a private pond lake, and I'm fishing for bass, personal best bass, about an 8-pounder, striped bass. I don't know what the weight was, but it was 29 inches. And then saltwater, biggest one was a big stingray we caught last year that took a bunch of us to get up into the off the pier and be able to release them. Oh, there's a fish looking at it. Looked like a bluegill. All right, I saw that one. He came up right behind it. Let's go cast out there again. Maybe I might get him to come back and hit it, or maybe his buddy. It looked like bluegill. Now reel it slower and see if that might be what works. Okay. No, don't see it. Okay. Hey, I appreciate y'all joining today. Hopefully the action will pick up here in a little bit. Pretty much just kind of fishing to take advantage of being able to do a little fishing after the day job, and at the same time kind of miss some of the traffic, because traffic can get brutal here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Had a little technical difficulties, had to reconnect for some reason. I may have lost the original stream, but all right, I'm back. Whew. Sorry about that. Got sidetracked and then got disconnected, but oh, we're back on right there. Oh, there we go. There's one of those bruiser bluegill that I was mentioning earlier. Okay, back online. All right. Yeah. Okay, so I mentioned earlier that there were some bruiser bluegill here, and sure enough, here is one. All right. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and get them back in. All right. So far, earlier before I got disconnected, caught one little bass, and then now I've caught a bluegill. All right, so apologize. That last stream got disconnected and reconnected. I don't think the streams will link together, but I just caught and released a nice sized bluegill, and I'm hoping that I might be able to get another one on the line. Just kind of letting it do a slow roll, slow retrieve. See if we'll get this guy coming in. All right. So yeah, sure enough, I get disconnected and bang, I get a fish. Oh, there's a bluegill chasing it. All right. Hey, maybe things will pick up since it's actually getting a little bit cooler now from that 100 degrees temperature. There's a hit. Something tapped it. Something tapped it. No, nope, nope. Let's try that again. All right. A little tap. Try it again. Okay, slow retrieve. See if I'll get that guy to hit again. Come on. All right, let's go back over here. Slow retreat. There's the hit. Oh no. Kind of tapped at it. There's the hit. 2 hits in a row. All right. All right. If we're on the earlier live stream, I got disconnected and had to do some finagling to get back online again. So may have a different stream connection as well as just a generic thumbnail. But I did get a nice sized bluegill after going around the whole pond here. I suspect things will pick up once it gets a little bit cooler, and I am starting to get more action, at least here, with some of these bluegill. So yeah, I had a bluegill on replay. Okay, let's see. All right, let's try casting again. Let's go out to my left here and see what happens. All right, and so the earlier live stream, before I got disconnected, went around this whole pond right here and got one bass, several hits, but 1 bass only. And then now I'm back where I started, and I got a bluegill to hit, nice sized bluegill, and had another hit after that, and then it kind of slowed down again. So hey, that's fishing. I'm gonna try doing a slower retrieve, kind of let it get down further. Oh, there's the hit. Oh, he was nipping at it. He was nipping at it. I felt that one. He kind of nipped at it, boom, boom, and then stopped. I may have pulled too soon and got it out of his mouth. So let's just recast there and see what happens. Okay, let's see. Slow retrieve. All right, let's go back out this way. Okay, and I think someone earlier was asking about, oh, there's a hit. Someone earlier was asking about the rod I was using. It's a Daiwa mini cast, 5-piece, that comes in a kit. Any good, mate? Just getting ready to go out on the boat this morning. So far, just 2 fish. A little bass and a nice sized bluegill. Other than that, nothing big. Really just trying out this ultralight bait casting gear, 2-pound test, bait finesse style. And I was saying, someone earlier was asking what rod I was using, and it was a Daiwa mini cast, 5-piece. And the reel I'm using is the White Feather Kingfisher, and I'm using 2-pound test line, and I'm using a DIY inline spinner right here, one that I made. I'm using the Eurotackle Bait Finesse 2-inch shad, and that seems to be doing well. I like the action it imparts. Let's see if I can get a little bit further off here. What time is it? Oh yeah, 6:30. Okay. Looks like things will start cooling down maybe, and maybe the bass will start picking up here. Come on, Goose Rider. Let's see what you got. I'm gonna go ahead and let it sink a little. All right, let's go back over here. Yeah, let's go back over here. I'm gonna try casting. Actually, no, let's stay over here where it's open. It's a lot of shrubbery growing out or growing in the lake right now that may clobber things. But I'm gonna try casting out further and letting the lure sink before I start reeling. Okay, bluegill. What state is this? This is Texas. I'm in the city of Arlington, fishing a private lake. Oh, and unfortunately, the bite is slow. It's about 100 degrees, so maybe that has something to do with it. And maybe I just got to slow the retrieve down a little bit for them. Let's see what happens. Come on, let's go. Nothing yet. I'm gonna slow it down, see if anything's gonna strike. The water's clear enough that I can see them actually come up behind it. Okay, let's let that one sink. Because you know when there's a hit. Oh man, missed that one. Something big just rolled over here. Not sure what that is. Oh, there we go. No. That one hit fairly quickly. Let's see, I got into the shrubbery. Here's that green stuff that I was telling you about that's in there. All right. A lot of that junk in the trunk right now. Okay, I'll let it sink. And then I'll retrieve. Maybe I'll try a faster retrieve. Maybe that might get them to come. Faster retrieve, maybe they think it's a fish trying to get away and they got to hit it. Okay. I did post a dad joke today. Let's see. Dad joke. Okay. You may have seen it earlier, but it's my ex-girlfriend was trying to embarrass me in front of her friends, and she said I was not good in bed. But what was funny is all her friends disagreed. I thought that was funny. That's funny. Come on, you gotta like that one. All right. All right. Yeah, I do these dad jokes on the side just to keep things interesting. Also, be on the lookout for some of the quick tie, fly tying videos, as well as some of these quick trip videos where I'll go out and try a different lure and whatnot and just see if it will catch a fish or two. And then I've been relying more heavily on these live streams, mainly because I like the engagement. I like the being able to touch base with you guys on the here live, and it's a very simple setup. I'm just using my Samsung Galaxy phone on a Tillotson harness, neck harness that goes around my neck, and I've got a lav mic to give some decent sound and at least hopefully block out some of this road noise over here to my right, as well as some of the wind noise. And with that, I'm able to come out and do some fishing. I also use a phone holder that has I'd call it a more secure mechanism that you screw and tighten in place versus a spring-loaded one that holds your phone by tension. I feel better that way using that setup. All right, come on. Let's see if we can get something to hit. Right there. Come on. Okay, let's move over a couple of steps. Cast out again. Go further out this time and see what happens. I'm gonna let it sink. I'm gonna just continue with this same retrieve, trying to keep it lower in the water column, and I am hoping that is where they're lurking. Okay, bear with me. Let's see if this one will catch. All right. So one of the things is how do you know true fishermen? When you ask them if they caught anything, what's the answer? Not yet, because they're always going to catch something. It just doesn't mean it's going to be at that particular moment in time, but it's going to be. All right. Okay, let's go, let's go. Come on, hit it, hit it, hit it. Right there, right there. Let it sink. Nope. All right, let me go over here to my right and see if I can get something that may be lurking over here in this area. A lot of green stuff here, but oftentimes you'll be able to catch a fish or two just past that green stuff. And additionally, oh, here we go. They named the lake after me, Lake Glen. All right. Pretty cool, isn't it? All right. Let's just cast it out here. We'll let it sink. Slow retrieve. See if we can get one of these guys to come out of the down below here. Oh, that felt like something. Yeah. I'm thinking we're in the 90s now instead of the hundreds. So maybe that short or small amount of temperature variation might get them more active here. Who knows? Basically, I'm fishing now because that's when I can, versus probably better to come at a later time, but it's the best time to go fishing, whenever you can. Okay, what's your favorite fish to catch and why? My favorite fish to catch, saltwater. I like catching sharks as well as your sand trout, speckled trout. Sand trout, speckled trout, they're very similar. The reason why I like that is that it's awesome to fish those guys under lights or at night, as well as wade fishing. For freshwater in the cold months, I'll typically target trout, and I do love fishing for trout. But striped bass seem to be where they get me when it comes to catching and cooking and having fun getting some of those bruisers. But I do have to admit, crappie, they are fun to catch. At the same time, they taste really good. They got a very good taste to them. I like that. I like crappie. But if I had to choose one fish, I'd probably go saltwater. And favorite fish is sharks. I love to catch those sharks. They're not the big bruisers. I think the biggest one we've caught over the course of the last few years is a 5-footer. We did lose several bigger ones. We did some bull reds on our run to the coast, as well as some big uglies of a black drum, and those are fun to catch. But yeah, I like the sharks. Those are fun. Oh, there's a hit. Shoot. Little guy, little bluegill, came in right behind it and popped it. Okay, what are you fishing for? I'm fishing for bluegill and bass using a do-it-yourself inline spinner on Ultralight Baitcasting gear. And oh, there's either that was a snag or that was a good hit. I felt a nice tension on the line, and well, the tendency there is to go ahead and set the hook just in case. Let's see if things are going to pick up here now that things are getting cooler. That could be a snag. All right, let's keep trying. Oh, and the gear I'm using right here, Kingfisher, light feather Kingfisher. This is the one that I use for trout fishing in the winter, casting 1-gram trout magnets. Use a different rod, the Handy Ultralight, Ultralight rod. I've got a couple of those, a 6-foot and a 4.5-foot. I do tend to like the 4.5-foot one better than the 6. Why? Because when I'm bait casting ultralight wise, I tend to side cast more than overhead cast. Freshwater, yes, freshwater. Howdy. All right. And you can see I'm able to get a fairly good cast with this thing. I don't feel that I'm hampered casting an ultralight with a bait caster. It just feels natural to me. I still use your traditional bait caster, mainly when I'm fishing Senkos and maybe some heavier brush area. But when I'm fishing places that are highly pressured with a lot of fishing pressure, I tend to go with the ultralight, because then I can go with the smaller size lures. And I don't know. I think the fish get used to seeing a bunch of these standard size big lures and ignore them versus one of these little ultralights, 1/16th ounce and less. They're not used to seeing that, and they tend to strike more readily. Okay. All right, come on. Let's see. Let's see if this one's going to get a cat or a fish. Right there. I'll let it. Okay. I think I'm must be getting some brush because I can feel the tightness on the line as I retrieve, but it doesn't feel like a strike as if a fish has hit it. All right, let's go reel in. And let's go back this way. Let's try casting a little bit more parallel to the bank and see what that does. Where I caught that bluegill earlier was just off this wall. No, I'm thinking I'm getting into the junk here. Let me go back over here, see if I can get a good vantage point. Right here. Okay. So, you guys have any questions, comments, or whatnot? I got some answers for you. I definitely will. And if not, well, we can maybe just converse. All right. Is there also pike? No, there's no pike here. Just bass and bluegill. I believe there's some catfish as well as some carp here as well. But mainly it's bluegill and bass. And right now, oh, there's the hit. There he is. Oh, he's running. Okay, that one came out from the greenery, the strike. Okay, slower retrieve, so I guess they don't want it too fast. And there he is. One of these bass. There are bigger ones here, but I guess lately, this is about the size I've been seeing over here. Let me just get this guy unhooked. All right, bear with me. Okay, there he is. All right, green trout, aka largemouth bass. Yeah, I call them green trout when I'm out trout fishing for rainbow trout and whatnot, and I'll catch the occasional bass. I just call them green trout for fun. All right, see if I can get another one to hit. That one hit fairly close, just right on that vegetation line where it was clear in the open water and coming up along where the green stuff is. So right now there's a line of shrubbery just under the water here coming out this way. And it's just clobbered, too clobbered to fish it, but you can cast in this area and maybe get occasional strikes. And in this case, I got a bass. So so far this round, 2 bass total and 1 bluegill. Nice size bluegill. Oh, and I get a lot of these false strikes. I think that's just me reacting to a strike that I probably is most likely some of that shrubbery that's down below. Okay. Okay, let's try this again. Slow roll, slow retrieve. See if we can get them to hit. Okay. All right, now I'll tend to do more talking on this because I also do this as an audio podcast, because I had some requests where some folks aren't able to listen in or watch a video, but they will be able to hear it on a podcast, the audio, while they're, let's say, commuting to work. So the podcast I host is Real Cast Fishing. I think it's on Spotify, it's on iHeartRadio, it's on all. Oh, there was man, something just chased right behind it. It's on various platforms. It's a fair amount of video or episodes on there. A lot of it pertaining to the Little Red Book of Fly Fishing series, where I talk about the Little Red Book of Fly Fishing and some fishing tips that it provides. Going in at 5 tips, usually an episode. And then open it up to some Q&A. So I'll stream it live, but I'll record the audio, and that's what gets reposted. And additionally, on the live version, I'll post that one on the YouTube, so that if there's any visuals that you want to take a look at when you get the opportunity, you can see that. So Real Cast Fishing, hosted by the City of Allen Fishing Field team, yours truly, Glenn. And that's what our deal is, COAF for City of Allen Fishing. It's a town just here in the Metroplex, just north of Dallas. And had that channel for years. And on top of it, the motto we have, there used to be 5 of us, now it's just me, and on occasion one of the former team members will join me. What happens is we came up with this motto: learn to fish by our trials and errors, because we are not experts, we're just avid fishermen that we've had lots of trials, we've had lots of errors, and occasionally, yep, we even catch a fish or two. All right, let's get back up here and see if I can find anything lurking. I see some more comments I'm not sure what that says. All right, that last comment, I can't quite read it well from this angle, and I don't know what it's saying for sure. So, but let's keep fishing. Here's where I caught that bluegill earlier. So I'm gonna try getting them to come back. There's usually one, there's usually more than one. So I'm gonna let it sink a little bit and bring it in slow and see if I can get one to hit. Okay, see the lure, don't see anything trailing it. Let's go bring it up. Pop it out again, there we go. Let it sink. Come on, Goose Rider, let's go, let's go. All right, so I definitely like doing these fishing live streams, and definitely enjoy you guys joining and chiming in. There are times where I get clobbered with, I call it spam, I guess, where someone just starts doing all kinds of crazy stuff on the deal. It does have moderation, so it will moderate some of the more inappropriate things, but some folks will still get some through. And bottom line, if it's not related to fishing, I'll kind of skip the comment, and other than that, I'll keep trying to check and see if there's any other comments in the chat that I need to call out. All right, let's see. Were you at the Rowlett Ponds off 66 earlier today around 11? No, I wasn't. I have fished Rowlett before, but mainly during the trout stocking season. There's that one park, has 2 ponds that they stock trout, and that's pretty fun. But no, I wasn't. I've been here in Arlington, further down the road on 20. And I'm hoping that I'm going to get a fish more than just the 3 that I've caught so far. Okay. And this gear I'm using, Ultralight Baitcasting, Bait Finesse Systems Fishing, BFS. And sometimes you wonder why they call it BFS or Bait Finesse. My understanding is because you have to have a balanced rod, reel, and lure. It's a system, and that's why they call it Bait Finesse Systems, because you're kind of finessing things here when it comes to your gear. This one's kind of getting beat up now. Look at that. Wow. Oh yeah, so I'll fish it. I still have some more of those Bass Assassins in my pocket. But let's see if we can get one to strike. It's starting to cool down a little, and I'm hoping that the bass want to cooperate here. Okay, I'm gonna let this one sink a little. No? All right. Let's cast a little bit further. And I'm gonna let it sink. Okay. Nothing. Feel some tension, but I think it's just junk. Nope. That feels like junk. Okay. Just gonna reel it in slow now. I do see the lure moving in the water from this vantage point, and I do not see anything chasing it. So let's recast. Try this again. Let's go cast to my left a little bit more. I'm gonna slow it down even some more And I'm hoping I'm staying just right above that green bottom, green shrubbery bottom. See, you bass fishing? Yes, I am, but I'm actually fishing for either a bass or bluegill. And I'm mainly just kind of working this particular location as I had some hits here. Earlier I caught one, I believe it was back down that end of the pond. But so far, I got one bass over here, bass down that way, and then a bluegill here, and several other strikes. But right now the bite is kind of slow. Oftentimes when I come in the morning, I'll see schools of stuff hitting on the surface. I suspect it's those bluegill. And I've come out here with both fly rods as well as bait finesse gear, and had some good success. This fish here seems a little bit different. Bite seems a little bit slower. See, it took me years to learn to use plastic lures. Oh yeah, goat minnows. Oh yeah, goat minnows are awesome too. What I tend to do is I have some gear ready to go in the little pickup truck, and if I see an opportunity to fish a spot, be it on the commute home or when I get back to the casa, I will. Oh, there's a fish nipping at it, little bluegill. I'll stop and try fishing it. So over the years, I've fished various ponds throughout the Metroplex, but mainly more on the Dallas side versus the Fort Worth side. I'm gonna go ahead and real slow because that last one kind of nipped at it a couple of times. I think he's really interested in it. All right, let's try another far cast. And soft plastics. Yeah, I got a soft plastic on. And this one has some ribbing on it that does give a really nice action when you see the plastic or or there's a fish following it. Yeah, it's those bluegill, the little bluegill. I want the big bluegill. Yeah, there's a I guess a strain of bluegill here that are bigger than what I've normally caught at other ponds, and they tend to have this black operculum, sort of like a red ear, but without the redness on the that little flap. And they're bigger than the size of your hand, and they are sure fun to catch. Oh, no, 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 no. No, no, no. Rejected on that one. Let's go and do it again. See if he's back there again. Come on, come on. Talk to me, talk to me. Let's go. All right. If you guys are interested in this ultralight bait casting, it is addictive, sort of like fly fishing. I fly fish also, and yeah, once you're hooked, you find yourself tending to go back to it more often than not. I do fly fish. Some folks will wonder why you fly fish versus traditional bait casting, or even just this type of ultralight bait casting. And there are often times where a fly rod, in that situation, you're actually able to catch more fish. And it's mainly because that fly rod allows you to offer a different pattern, fishing fly, that the fish are feeding. So if the fish are feeding on a bug or some kind of terrestrial, you definitely want to match the hatch so that if you're casting minnows, bait casting lure that looks like a minnow, but they're feeding on bugs and whatnot, you're probably going to get less strikes than you would if you fished a fly rod. So me, I like being able to fish different techniques and methods, mainly because I like using what's working at the time. So like right now, if I need a switch, I'll grab the fly rod and I'm able to fly fish. Other times, if it looks like I need to go the other way, I'll put the fly rod up and switch out. Should go to Firewheel Golf Course ponds. They are really good. Oh wow! All right, I do know, like early in the springtime when they have the run, a lot of folks will go over there for the white bass or sandy run. I've not made that. I tend to fish for the white bass when they're in the lake proper, and I pretty much do that kayak fishing, be it trolling, slabbing jig rigs, or bottom bouncing them along a point. That's where I tend to fish for white bass. But I've not done the ones by Firewall. I have fished, there's a pond that they stock for trout by the landfill. I'm not sure what its name is, but I used to like going there because by the time they stocked that pond over the years, they were stocking some bigger trout during that stocking period. Don't know what it is now. I think they stock it earlier in the trout season, and the trout seem to be like your normal stocker size, 9 to 12 inch, the occasional 13-inch trout. But let's see if we can get something to bite. Come on. There's got to be something in this lake other than the 3 that I've caught, 2 bass and 1 bluegill. Can you shout me out? Sure. FBI bot. Shout out to you. All right. Yeah, the other live stream I had to cut short, and then I got disconnected. Day job was calling, and then tried connecting back onto it, but I guess we got disconnected, so I had to just start up one of these on the fly. And looks like it's working. Folks are able to get an idea of what's happening out here tonight. Unfortunately, fish need to cooperate more here and start biting. Oh, there's a hit. Very, very light hit. He's trailing it. I can feel him nipping at it. Suspect it's that bluegill again, the little guy. All right, let's see if we can get that big bluegill to hit. Okay. Let's see. Let's just let it sink. Come on, come on. Do your thing here. Let's see. All right, got some greenery on there. Let's go cast back out this way. Let it sink a little. I'm gonna work my way to the left. See if something will strike over here. Mainly trying to stay in the deeper water where there isn't as much green stuff to clobber the lure. So, all right. And then I'll just reiterate some of the questions that came in the earlier live stream before I got disconnected. Someone was asking about the rig that I'm using to do these live streams. It's a Tillotson harness. I think I've got a video coming out here in the next day or so, giving just a real quick YouTube shorts on the gear. And then it's a neck harness that goes around my neck. I can undo it pretty quickly. And then I use a screw type phone holder to hold my phone, Samsung phone, and it's more secure than your spring tension one, I feel. So I feel more secure in using it when I'm out here because I don't want to lose my phone. And then on top of that, you got to make sure you get a good microphone. I've been using just a wired lav mic with an OTG USB to C to 3.5 millimeter converter. That's been working out well. I do have to do some sound checks before the cast because sometimes in some cases I'll be in an area where I get a lot of interference, be it from a cell tower or some other frequency, RF frequency that may be in the air. But other than that, it works pretty well. If it's really windy, it does make it tough. Also, if I'm near the highway, it makes it tough also because you'll get a lot of noise. And I'm hoping it's not too bad. Okay. Let's go on and cast it back out again and see what happens. Come on, come on. Right here. Sticking with this slow retrieve, steady retrieve. That last bass I got was on a steady retrieve, and he hit it just off the bottom. He came up and struck. So I'm hoping that we might get something similar here. And this setup has worked really well for me. Oh, there's the hit. There we go. Ah, oh man, you're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. He was on. Did y'all see that? He just briefly was on. Felt the tension on the rod, and I actually had him on briefly, and then he threw the hook on me. So what does that mean? Well, let's go cast again just in case. Okay, and I'm just kind of slowly shuffling my way to my left, heading out here, seeing if I can get something to strike. Come on, come on. Let's see, come on. Wind's picking up on me here, so bear with me. I'll try to talk louder, see if I can go over the wind noise. May even hear some of that water fountain. Oh, look at that. Maybe. Look at that. Something got the tail. Holy cow, look at that. Let's go switch it out. Okay, so this is the lure. Do-it-yourself inline spinner right here. Panther Martin style blade. Simple stainless steel shaft. Little worm sinker. And then I think it's a size 6 bait holder hook. All right. It's got the little bait holder, little barbs on there that help keep the grub on from coming off. And in this case, it wasn't able to stop one that decided to go ahead and eat the lure or the grub. But here's what I'm using: Euro Tackle bait finesse style gear. And let's see if I can get one of them out here. And there's that ribbing I was mentioning that goes really well with giving it some really good action. I was really impressed at the action this thing makes when it goes through the water. Okay, so all I'm going to do is put this baby on here. And what's nice about this DIY inline spinner, because I didn't commit to a particular lure or color, I can quickly switch it out with another lure and make an adjustment there without having to retie the whole lure or take the lure off and put on another one. So, all right, let's see what this does. New grub, new lure. Let's see what happens. Let's see, maybe that's what it was. The other one had a little shorter tail. Of course, that just happened. Whatever last took it cut off the tail of it, and I'm hoping I might be able to find out what that was. Okay. So let's just go ahead and reel slowly. I'm working the wall portion of this lake. It's a private lake here in the city of Arlington, and don't know the formal name for it, but they named it Lake Glen for my co-workers. Got a sign on here and everything. And so bottom line, oh, there's a hit. Oh yeah. What is that? Oh yeah, it's one of those bruiser bluegill I was telling you about. I'm using 2-pound tests, so I got to be really careful when I'm lifting this up, unfortunately. Bear with me. 2-pound test, bruiser bluegill right there. All right. And this is actually one of the smaller ones, okay? Caught some bigger ones as well. But right now, we're catching this guy. And that would be number 2 for this round. Oh, shoot. Man down, man down. All right, come on. And you notice it's got the darker operculum on here, right there. Let's see if I can get him to flop in the water. There we go. All right. So what's the rule of thumb? If there's one bluegill, there's maybe another one. So let's see if there is another one. We'll just cast it out, do the same thing, let it sink, do a slow retrieve, just keep that blade moving through the water, letting it sink further in the water column. That's some junk. And hopefully we might be able to scare up another one of these guys. Let's go off to the left a little. Okay, letting it sink, keeping the tension on the line. Steady. Nope, that feels like junk. Just kind of bringing it in slowly. I can see my lure. I don't see anything trailing behind it. Okay. Let's go off to my right now, or in front of me. Let's go ahead and let it do the same thing. I'm feeling a lot of that junk on there. There must be a lot of junk here. All right, it's starting to cool down a little. We're getting a little shade now. Earlier it was 100 plus. I'm hoping we're in some cooler temps now. The wind is nice right now. It's keeping me cool enough. Did have some water to stay hydrated. And let's see if we can get another one of these guys to bite. So far 2 bass, 2 bluegill. Not a vicious or crazy bite right now, but enough steady action to keep me fishing for at least well, for a little bit more. And again, if you have any questions, comments, I'm listening. Nice catch. All right, cool, thanks. All right, more of that greenery coming up here. So I'll work my way around here and try fishing the edge of it. And there's actually a hole in the middle of that greenery that maybe there's a bass in there lurking as well. So I'm going to work the lure right on the edge of this greenery and see if I can get one of these bass to strike. Okay, let's try again. Okay, I'm moving over, trying to get it right where there's an open hole in this spot. No. All right, let's keep trying. Okay. Now I'm going to work the other side of it and slow the retrieve down. Just let it sink in the water column. See if I can get them to strike. Oh, no, that was brush. That was brush. That was brush. Oh, wow. I think we got a rainstorm coming. I just heard some thunder. Holy cow, I didn't expect that. Well, we may have to call it quits sooner than later. I'm looking back over here. It looks like there are some clouds in the distance, and I am hearing some thunder now. So, yeah, I don't want to be out here when it's got some thunder and lightning happening. Okay, let's see what we got here. All right, let's see. Your stream is even more blurry. Oh, bummer. Okay, maybe because I'm getting further away from. I can't tell what the coverage is here, but well, we'll see. We'll just play by ear. Maybe I can describe what I'm doing. But I got some thunder here. I think we got something coming. So let me work my way back this way, and just in case I can wrap it up quickly if the rain starts coming in. All right, let's try over here. All right, let's see what we got. Come on. Definitely feel the temperature dropping and the wind, so that probably explains the rain possibility here. Let it sink. Oh, something just went up over here on my right. Okay, let's just work it slowly. Nope. Okay, can I have a shout out? Fred. All right, shout out to Fred. Thanks for joining. It's down here doing some ultralight bait casting. So far, it's been slow bite. 2 bass, 2 bluegill, and I'm hoping that I can get at least one more before this thunder cloud starts coming into the area. Did have one on briefly, cut the tail off of the little grub I'm using, and then did have one on briefly as well, or actually tap it, and I wasn't able to seal the deal. Come on, right there. Nope. All right, I'm gonna come back over here, give it a couple of more casts, and then we'll probably have to end the live stream. Apologize for the other live stream. Things were going well. It looked like got a lot of engagement, and then ended up having to get sidetracked, and then ended up getting disconnected. Oh, there's a hit. Oh yeah, that one hit as soon as it hit the water. Let's see what this one could be. Oh yeah, a bigger bruiser bluegill. This one's more like a saucer. So let me lift them up slowly. Right there. All right. And as I was saying, must be a different strain of bluegill here because they got this larger size operculum. All right. So yeah, definitely will hit this bug. All right. Yeah. So we didn't strike out. Got 2 bass and what is it? 3 bluegill now. All right. And it is starting to get a little bit cooler. We were out here earlier with a lot more hot temperatures. Okay, let's see if there's something else lurking over here. That one hit nice. I thought he may have been, I thought he may have been a bass, but he struck as soon as it hit the water. So, I don't know. Maybe he was just kind of cruising the lake. There's another hit. Okay. What time is it? 7 o'clock. Okay. Maybe that's the witching hour. Keep in your back pocket that they're biting at least at Lake Glen at later in the day. In this case, 7 o'clock. Let's see if this will hold true. And recast that out. All right. Let's get it out that way. Come on, come on. Let's see. I'm gonna let it drift a little. Let the wind take it. Oh, there's another tap. Yeah, action's picked up. That figures. We got a rain cloud coming in and action's picking up here. Let's try this again. Slow retrieve, steady. Just keeping it just under the surface. Let it sink a little. There's a hit. There's a hit. Let's see what this guy is. All right, another bluegill. Another blue-gale. This almost looks like a red ear. It's got that orange thing on there. But I think it's just your plain old bluegill. I don't know. I'm not a, what's that thing? Fish guy. But I like catching them. And in this case, releasing them. All right, let's try this again. Appears to be the action picking up now that it's gotten cooler. All right, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna let it kind of, there's a hit. Yeah. Nice. Oh man, I think I had another one strike and tear up the lure. Oh no, it's still good. All right. Nice. Hey, well, let's see. It's not raining yet. Okay. Let's see if something else will hit. Okay. I'm gonna let it sink. There's a hit. There's a hit. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Nice. All right. I guess they just wanted to wait till they got a little cooler before they got active. All right. Goldfish size? No. I think this is, unless it's a big goldfish, it's pretty big. All right, let's let them go. Go back and get bigger. All right, so what I'm doing here is I'm casting it out. I'm letting the wind and the kind of give it some action as it's sinking. And oh, there's a hit. There's a hit right on the drop. Wow. Oh shoot, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just casting now. They're gonna hit as it hits the water or on the drop. We'll just play it by ear. So I'm just gonna drag it slowly. Slow retrieve. Nope, that's some junk. All right. Maybe it's a school that's going by and I just gotta take advantage of them being here. So I'm gonna let it sink. Bring it in slow. Yeah, after a good hour or so, some slow action, it picked up. Hopefully it'll stay this good for at least another 5-10 minutes, say. Let's see, let's go a little bit further out. Let it sink. Oh, nope. See? Let it sink. Keeping tension on the line, just kind of keeping it right above that greenery. It's down below. And, oh, someone just tapped it. There he goes. Ah, that was me. I missed it. Oh, wait a minute. Shoot. Maybe it wasn't me. Look at this. Cut the tail off again. Holy cowser. Cut the tail off. Well, let's go get another one. Getting down to the other DIY spinner. This is the one that weighs 1.8 grams. Or no, 1/16. It doesn't have a, doesn't use a one of these grubs. Let's go ahead and put this one on and see if we can get another hit. Oh man, frustrating, isn't it? Doing good, and oh, by the way, cut the line, or he cut my grub. I am watching for potential rain that's starting to brew around me. Got a little tangle here I got to undo before I can get started again too, so bear with me. Yeah, got the line really tangled here. Okay. All right, so here it is. They cut off this piece, so I lost that little nub or little thin tail deal, and it's happened twice now. So let's see if we can continue on. I'm down to my second to the last bass assassin. Gonna go ahead and let it sink. There's the hit. There's the hit. Oh yeah, that one hit on the drop, and he's putting a good bend in the rod. What could this guy be? Oh yeah, another bruiser bluegill, a saucer. Oh shoot! Holy cow! So as I'm bringing this guy in, there was a big bass chasing it, just under it. Holy cow! Wow, if that bass ate this size bluegill, I wonder how big he was. Nice. God dang, that was a big bass. Haven't seen one of those in a while here. Normally see them come the spawn earlier in the year. This time of year, normally I don't see them much at all. So what's that really mean? Maybe come out here with some live bluegill and try fishing it for one of these big bruisers that are in the area. Bear with me, just got to get them off. It's just right on here. Okay, there he goes. Yeah, that was a nice size one. Chased it right in the shallows. May have got a glimpse of it as I was bringing it in. I have to go check the video and maybe slow it down. But what's working is I cast, I let it sink, keep tension on the line, and then I start reeling in slowly. Just, oh, there's another hit. Just enough to keep the blade moving and keep that action on the tail. Oh yeah, there's that thunder again. Something's brewing. Okay. Wow, that was a nice sized bass. Oh well, I'll have to look at the video, and if I can capture it and slow it down enough, maybe get a follow-up video on how big that thing was, or at least an idea of what it was coming up behind it. But he definitely looked, well, I've got striped bass. He kind of looked about striped bassish size. Okay. Let's just kind of roll it in. Let's see if we get another one here. Nope, nope. All right, let's try a farther cast. We'll let it kind of drift down again. There's a hit. Oh yeah, they're active now. Guess fish when you can, but if it's 100 degrees plus, maybe wait a little bit. Like in this case at Lake Glen, oh, 7 o'clock-ish. All right. A slow retrieve, letting it drift. Keep tension on the line. I'm using 2-pound test. So yeah, I gotta be careful. All right, let's go reel that one back in. And let's go back out this way. And you can see I can cast this lure no problem, even though it's about 1/16 ounce. This ultralight setup has no problem fishing it or casting it. Oh, no, no, no. I think that was some greenery, shrubbery. And then once you have your thumb educated for your particular reel, you'll be surprised how much control and you'll have when you're casting one of these compared to a spinning gear. Of course, there are those that are like masters at spinning reels and casting with those. So, hey, once you learn a technique and you get really good, can't beat someone who's an expert. You know, me, I'm just a novice, an avid fisherman, average Joe, just trying to catch some fish here before some thunderclouds come into the area. All right, let's let it sink. Let it sink. Okay. I think I'm in some greenery. I kind of feel it. And let's see. No, let's move over to the left a little. Okay, so I caught a good amount, or whatever I caught these last 10 minutes or so was just right in front of me. It's going to move over about 5-6 feet over to the left and cast a little bit more to the left and see if there's anything lurking there. Okay, nothing yet. And I did see one nice looking bass come into the area. Okay, all right. 7:15 now. All right, come on, come on. Let's go. Let's go, come on. Nope, okay. All right, let's just give it one more cast, and then we may call it quits here. Of course, if I catch something, it's gonna make me want to fish more. So, well, let's see. All right, and I do apologize for the earlier live stream we got cut off, but we are back online, finishing out the trip with a follow-up live stream. And let's see if we can get something to strike before we call it a day. Come on, Goose Rider, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. Okay, I'm gonna let it sink. Okay. All right, I'm gonna cast this one out. Oh, this one's tangled. Oh, it's good now. And yeah, if you have the opportunity to make your own DIY inline spinners, I'd say give it a try. It's a very simple setup to put one of these together, and they are pretty effective. They work on fish. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and try this spot. Nothing yet. Okay. So I wonder if that was a passing school that went by and I just lucked into them. All right, let's cast back this way. We'll let it drift down. See if something will hit. Nope, I'm in some junk. I can feel it. I can feel the greenery. Okay. Hey, your stream is glitchy. Yeah. I think I got some touchy coverage right now, so it's kind of throwing things. Hopefully I can at least describe what I'm doing. Okay. So here I just cast the deal. I got it just under the surface. I'm trying to keep it above some greenery, and now I'm letting it sink further down where it's a little bit deeper, and nope, no go there. Okay, let's try this one again. Yeah, it could have been a passing school that came by and I was able to get those nice bruiser bluegill on. Yeah, come on, talk to me. All right. Okay, all right. Last cast right here. Let's see what happens. Let it sink. Feel for a strike. No, that's some greenery. All right, no, that doesn't feel like it. Okay, I said last cast. Well, maybe not. Maybe this is the last cast. I do this with my kids way back when, and it really frustrated him. Try when you're willing to bounce. Yeah, that would probably work, but right now the bottom that I'm fishing has a lot of green shrubbery on the bottom. So here I normally fish just above that, and I don't bounce the bottom. Later in the year, when things have kind of cleared up a little and the bottom isn't as clobbered, I'll go back to fishing some Senkos and Ned rigs here. But right now it's really clobbered. There is one particular pond I do like going to that consistently stays clear, and I'm able to fish the bottom really nicely. Here you got to let it sink and just keep it right above that greenery. All right. Okay, let's let it sink a little. Come on. All right. I guess this is the last cast. Let's go for it. Come on, right here. Talk to me. Be the lure. Be the line. There it is. Yes. Oh, shoot. Oh, man, that was a bass. Oh, man, he threw it on me. Well, shoot. Holy cow. That was a nice one. Well, I guess we'll end on that note then. All right, well, appreciate y'all joining. Here's what I was using. 2-pound test line on a Flight Feather Kingfisher BFS reel, capable of casting 1-tram top magnets. Lure I was using was a do-it-yourself inline spinner and the Bass Assassin 2-inch shad and pearl, and a do-it-yourself inline spinner. And the rod is actually a spin casting setup that I got years ago from Daiwa. It's a 5-piece breakdown handle, and then 4 sections of the rod, and it fits in a case. I used to use the little spin casting reel that came with it, but I've since put that up, and now I just mainly use these ultralights, bait casters. So bummer. I lost that one. It became the line, it became the lure, and I'm gonna cast again, and let's just see. Oh man, I can't believe it. He was on there. He was actually a decent one. No, that's the bad thing is if you get one on and you lose it, you can't really stop, can you? No, you can't stop. You gotta go on. You gotta at least get one on there. But I think you guys may have saw it. Let's see, let's try it again. Just gonna do this for good measure just to confirm that, yeah, it's time to go. So we'll let it sink. Bring it in slowly. That's that greenery on the bottom again. Okay, try it again. So yeah, it must have been a passing school of bluegill, and then, well, I guess a passing bass that was coming by the area. Let's see, today's Tuesday, isn't it? Yeah, Tuesday. I'm trying to remember when trash day is, and our trash day's Thursday, so I got some time. I don't have to put out the trash right away. Oh yeah, some things you forget while you're out fishing, huh? All right, let's let it sink. Come on, talk to me, Smalls. Come on. It was like that bass was toying with my feelings, telling me, you ain't going home yet. You're gonna fish for another hour trying to catch me. Well, we'll see about that. All right, come on, let it sink. Reel it in, keep the tension on the line. Mr. Bass wants to play. I'm here to accommodate. Okay, still nothing. Come on. Just doing a steady retrieve, but slow. Okay, not feeling it. Not feeling it. All right. Whew. All right, let's go this way. I'm gonna let it sink again. Come on. Yeah. Oh. Something behind it. Oh. He came up right behind it, and then he turned away. Shoot. That figures. Well, shoot. I may be losing my lure here soon because I think I just snagged the. Yeah, I just snagged something. Well, I guess that's going to end my trip today. I'm going to lose my lure along with ending the stream. So, yeah, bummer. All right, well, I appreciate y'all joining. That last one was a decent-sized bass. So unfortunately, he threw the hook on me. So that said, appreciate y'all joining. Next time, we'll catch y'all later. And good luck and good fishing. I'll get more of these live streams out. We can come back again and do some more fishing together. All right, take care.